What's going on, YouTube? Hope you guys have enjoyed the last couple of fishing videos that I've made. Been giving you guys a bunch of steelhead fishing tips. So today what we're going to talk about is how to tie spawn. That's what I normally use when I'm on the Steelhead River. And when I go to the Steelhead River, I always bring 4 colors with me. The first color I have is orange. I always have orange mesh netting. The second color I have is chartreuse. The next color is white. And then lastly, pink. So those are the 4 different kinds of spawn bags that I tie, and I'm going to show you how we actually tie them. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to take the chartreuse mesh netting, because that's going to be the easiest for you guys to see, and we're going to put 5 squares down on each plate. And then what we're going to do is, the water is a little bit clear right now. It's in the winter time, so we want to tie our bags smaller profiles. If the water's dirtier when you're out on the water, you're going to want to tie bigger spawn bags. But right now we have steelhead eggs, and we're going to be putting 9 eggs per mesh netting. So that's what we're going to do. So you're going to take that bag and you're going to twist it 3 or 4 times. And on the setup that I have here for tying spawn, we're going to put it up inside the little crimp. And we're going to push the lever down. And now it's going to hold it in place for us. Then what I do is I have right here a bunch of string. Just a little nylon thread. And usually I'll cut 10 or 20 pieces about 8 to 12 inches or so long. And I'm going to take this piece of thread here. I'm going to go right in the middle. And I'm going to wrap it around 3 times right at the base of the spawn bag. Once I do that, I'm going to take both ends of the thread. I'm going to make 2 knots, and I'm going to put those knots as close to the spawn bag as I possibly can. Now those 2 knots are nice and tight. That's what it's going to look like. And now what we're going to do is we're going to flip the button up, and it releases the spawn bag. So this is what it looks like now. Just like that. And then later, what I'm going to go back through is I'm going to trim all these. So when I go to the river, normally I'll have, probably about 70 spawn bags or so that I tie. And I'll have all 4 different colors. I usually do 10 of each color, make sure I have at least a little bit of each, and then generally speaking, I feel in clear water scenarios I have the best luck on pink and white mesh netting. Now this changes day to day on the Steelhead River, so you never know exactly, but usually I'll tie a few pink and an extra few white mesh nettings for when I go to the Steelhead River. Okay, so we just finished tying a whole bunch of them up. I have a bowl here that's full of them. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to trim them. So this one here happens to be a pink one. Gonna take that thread and the bag, and essentially I'm going to take my pair of scissors here and I'm going to cut it as close to that knot as possible. Now once I've cut it, this right here is the end product. A nice, small, pink bag, good for clear water scenarios on the Steelhead River. You're going to drift it down naturally through the current. And when that spawn bag is drifting naturally through the current, the steelhead just think that it's, a piece of spawn or something from a fish that was spawning upriver, possibly a coho, a late salmon or something like that. But they're in the river in the fall and winter, they're feeding. They're not thinking about spawning. So they're in the river to eat, and that's when we're going to capitalize and we're going to catch them. So we're going to go to the Steelhead River tomorrow, and we're going to hook into a few of them and get some more footage for you. So stay tuned, and we'll talk about some awesome new tips when we're on the river tomorrow. So check us out. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button if you like this video, along with like my Facebook and Instagram page as well. So I'll catch you later, and until next time, tight lines.